And in an effort of us being your community-minded station, I shared with you all earlier this week that whenever we have community events and community things that are going on, we definitely want to make sure that we share that information with you. And so if you or your business, your project, whomever you may, your organization, whomever you may be with, if you have an event that is going on, feel free to reach out to us here at the station. You could always call me 337-564-5470. Again, that number is 337-564-5470, or you can call us 337-564-4137. Again, that's 337-564-4137, or email me at shabakradio935@gmail.com. That's SHABACHRADIO 935@gmail.com. And so, friends, I am just so very excited to share with you all a great, worthwhile event that is happening here in the great city of Lake Charles. Now, this is happening tomorrow, Saturday, March the 16th. There is a event that is happening being brought to you by 337 Vote Project, Biking Through the Lake, 116 Nutrition, and so many others. I know for sure, was it DJ Doughboy? He's a part of this, and then also the Power Coalition. All right, so there's so many folks who are a part of this, and it is Bike and Vote. All right, right now, early voting is going on in this primary election that we have going. And I want to give you some valuable information, but I'm not here by myself. I'm not going to do it alone. As a matter of fact, I am joined by one of the co-founders of the 337 Vote Project, Miss Breon Robinson. How are you doing today?
I am good. How are you today?
Oh, I'm doing very, very well, and I'm so excited that we had an opportunity to do this interview. And you know, I know you guys are doing this event on tomorrow, so tell us a little bit about the 337 Vote Project, how you decided or how you got started with this, and what's your passion behind voting?
So the 337 Vote Project, we're an organization that is big on empowering community, not only just through voter participation, engagement, and education, but through just really educating community on how they can empower themselves when it comes to different issues like climate justice and climate change, social injustices and reform and things like that. We came about this, me and my co-founder Kennedy Green, in 2021, a few months after Hurricanes Laura and Delta and right before the freeze. We just noticed after the 2020 election how Lake Charles was about 20,000 residents negative. You know, a lot of people were displaced. A lot of people are still displaced.
Yeah.
Almost 4 years after all of these weather-related events. And a lot of people were in the unknown about, like, how do I get home to go register? How do I get home to go vote in this presidential election? So we did see a lot of initiatives happen. A lot of people were getting bussed here to go vote and then, you know, bussed back to wherever they were displaced at. But then we also had a mayoral election and city council election in 2021 that was really big. Still didn't have a lot of people that was home, and we just really wanted to push the importance of the people that were home, getting registered to vote, getting them to the polls, and getting them out to, you know, vote and really just show that they have the power in deciding who supports them and who is the people that are going to represent them in their communities. And since then, we've been doing a lot of work when it comes to youth voter engagement. That's where a lot of our work started from. Actually, our first voter registration event happened at a Washington Marion basketball game. We were able to get over 10 people registered to vote. And then from there, we went to various classrooms throughout the area in different high schools. And we were able to host our own bike ride before we were able to partner up with Power Coalition and the Bike and Vote initiative out of New Orleans to bring it down here to, you know, now get people out to vote in a really cool way.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you know, one of the things you mentioned is about the voter numbers, and in particularly, you know, for the 2021 election when we did do the mayoral and city council election, it seems as though for the past few years, I know I've been covering these elections and trying to make sure everybody knows about our different candidates, but our numbers have steadily been on the decline. It seems like even before the hurricane, but especially since the hurricane, I know they took a major dip. And so I applaud the effort of what you're doing, especially at such a young age, of trying to make sure that we get people out to vote and making sure that folks are registered to vote. And then the other thing you mentioned are our youth or young voters. And it's so very important that the voting process starts early. I remember, when I was younger, my mother would always take me with her when she would go vote. I don't remember there being an election and she didn't say, "All right, y'all, come get in the car."
Same.
Yeah.
Look, the people at the polling precincts knew who me and my sister was, and to this day, they know us because we walked in there with our mom.
Yeah.
Went into the booth. She even let us push the button to submit the vote, and we all got stickers, and that made me excited. I remember the day I turned 18, I was like, okay, let me go register to vote right now so I can vote. So I was able to vote in the 2016 election for the first time, and although, obviously it did not go the way that a lot of us wanted it to go, it was just still like the energy and just the anticipation of being able to do this and to be able to really see that although sometimes, the person that we pick doesn't win, you still get to see how a lot of things that you do pick do go through, and it just feels it's a sense of empowerment, and I don't think people really understand that it's also free to do this. This is a free way to empower not just yourselves but your community. And I always tell people, politicians, they are our employees. We pay them with our tax dollars.
Yeah. And so, I definitely want to give out this bit of information because tomorrow, not only are you guys doing a bike ride, but you're also getting folks registered to vote.
Yes.
And so maybe there's somebody who's listening and they have a child who's about to be 16 or who is already 16, about to be 17. Are they able to get them registered to vote? How does that work?
Yes. So the state of Louisiana, you can pre-register anyone 16 to 17 years old to vote. All of their records are obviously kept uncut because they are still minors. And then whenever they do turn 18 and it is time to go, they will have all of that information into the system. And all you have to go do is look on the Secretary of State's website to look for your polling precinct and all the other information, or if you need to update it, whenever you do turn 18, if you move or go to college or anything like that, and then from there you're able to vote.
There you have it. And so let's then switch gears. They will be registering folks to vote, but I know somebody's listening and they're saying, hey, you haven't told us where to go to register or where they're going to start. So let's talk about the initiative that you guys are doing on tomorrow. So tell us what you guys are doing on tomorrow, what time and what location.
So tomorrow is the actual Bike and Vote event. Bike and Vote started around 2021 by Morgan Walker Clark. She is based in New Orleans. She pretty much did it the same way we did it. It's just get people out to vote, get young people out to vote. Morgan is pretty much in the same age group as me, so seeing how our vote is really a thing that empowers us and empowers our community and just really puts emphasis on a way to really let politicians know this is what we want and this is what we need and we deserve. So we need to go to these polls and show them by our vote. She put this together, and then she was able to partner with the Power Coalition, which is an organization, a great organization out of Baton Rouge. They do so much. I also want to applaud them for the help that they did because they are one of the organizations that were able to get the victory with the redistricting, because now in November 2, we have a second minority congressional district in Louisiana,
That's
and
right.
that is also because of them. So they were able to partner up with Power Coalition, and Bike and Vote started in New Orleans, and now it is all over the state. They have one in Bossier, they have one in Shreveport, they have one in Chalmette, they have one in New Orleans, Baton Rouge, and now Lake Charles.
There you have it. So congratulations to you guys on bringing that here to Lake Charles. And so again, friends, they will be doing Bike and Vote on tomorrow. They'll meet up at 619 Ryan Street here in the great city of Lake Charles. Check-in is at 11 a.m. and the kickoff is at 12 noon. Now, they are asking that you register, and registration is free. Now, what they want you to do, and I'm going to just step in here for a second, and I'm going to kick it back over to Ms. Breon. But if you would like to register or be a part of this event and you have your own bike, you can bring your own bike. That's absolutely fine. However, they're still asking that you register. So they have a pretty good head count of who will be there, and they know how to kind of prepare, for everything that they have going on and that they'll be doing. And you can register at bike, the letter N, vote.org. Okay, again, that's bike, BIKE, N, the letter N, VOTE. Okay, and that's .org. So that's where you go to register. If you don't have a bike, you go there and register so that they can prepare to have a bike for you. Now, did I miss anything?
No, you said that all perfectly. We definitely need you guys to register. Like James had said, if you need a bike, we'll have bikes available. So it's definitely necessary for you to register if you need a bike. But if you don't need a bike, please still register. We have a lot of treats and cool things that we'll be giving away to participants as well. So if you do or don't have a bike, definitely still register just so we can keep that information on. And then whenever we do more of these, because we do have more elections before this November presidential election, so please register because we can keep your information. We can inform you about other rides and other events that we will have within the next few months leading up to this November election.
Absolutely. And I know somebody's saying, well, it's great that they're doing a bike ride, but let me tell you, there's more happening than just the bike ride. So tell us a little bit about what you all will be doing. I know that there's a registration for voting that'll be going on, but for those folks who say, well, I'm already registered, but I definitely want to be a part of it, what else can they expect from this event?
So we do have a live DJ. We have DJ Doughboy who will be providing the sounds. Since we'll be on Ryan Street, we'll actually be posted at 116 Nutrition. So they will be providing some of their teas, and I know everyone loves the Herbalife teas, so definitely if you want a Herbalife tea, please register for sure. We will also have a few influencers from the area who have been helping us promote this event as well. If you're looking to just, meet people like Jarvis Jacob or anyone like that, he will definitely be there. And we will also have a pre-ride stretch by Fitwit, which is a fitness instructor here in the Lake area, and her energy is awesome. So she will definitely bring it on for us, get us prepared for this exercise, because while we're exercising, our right to vote, going down to the courthouse, and it is not a long ride, by the way, it's about a half a mile, so you don't have to worry about, having to bust a sweat and then trying to figure out what to do if you have to run errands afterwards. It will also be promoting just that physical fitness part, being able to go outside, being able to, enjoy the beauty of a good Saturday in Louisiana, and doing that while we go vote.
Absolutely, absolutely. And so I do want to make sure again that I remind everybody a part of what they're doing here is they are encouraging everybody to go out and early vote. All right, early vote. And this is for our primary that we have going on right now. This is the presidential primary. And, we were talking earlier off air, and there are some interesting facts that I think some people may know, but others may still be unaware of. So tell us a little bit about this presidential primary that we're voting in right now.
So obviously this is a presidential primary we will be voting in. This is also an election for the state committees for the Republican and Democratic parties. So if you're, interested in your party, wanting to know who is running it, wanting to know who's going to also be a part of your parish and community's Democratic or Republican committee, you will definitely be able to vote for those people on Saturday. But this is also a closed election. So if you are registered a Democrat or Republican, you will be able to vote in this election. But if you are not a registered Democrat or Republican, if you're an independent or a no party, sadly, you won't be able to vote. But this does not mean you won't be able to vote in November or any other election.
Absolutely, absolutely. And so I want to continue to encourage you. Again, tomorrow is early voting. The actual election day, if you don't early vote, is March the 23rd. And again, just as Ms. Breon just said, you'll be able to vote for your Democratic presidential nominee, your Republican presidential nominee, and then the independent presidential nominee, as well as the Democratic State Central Committee, the Republican State Central Committee, the Democratic Parish Executive Committee, and the Republican Parish Executive Committee. And so that is what will be on this ballot on the 23rd. So I definitely want to, or the important people rather, who will be on this ballot. And so I want to make sure that, again, we are all registered, that we are all ready to go, and that we all do our part in going out to vote. And so did I miss anything anywhere? Or?
No, I think we covered a lot of it. We covered a lot. If anyone has any questions, please feel free to reach out to us. We are on Facebook, the 337 Vote Project. We are on Instagram, 337 Vote Project. Project is actually spelled PRJCT, just because I think someone took our name before we came about in 2021 on there. So that is us on Instagram. We're also on Twitter as well. So please feel free to reach out to us if you have any questions. Also, feel free to reach out to Donnie Glenn with Biking Through the Lake if you have any questions as far as biking needs go. I know a few parents have asked about toddler seats and, things like that, because they do want to bring their kids along. Absolutely. And they do want to bring their kids to understand and to see what is going on and what happens when you vote. So please also, too, if you have kids, we don't have kid bikes, but if you do have your own bike and you have like the little, things that are attached for them to ride on, or if you just even want to meet us and just feel out the process and see how things go and just let the kids witness what goes and what happens whenever you go vote, please do that. I feel like that's so important. I thank my mom every day for being able to instill that in me and my sister at such an early age, and I know so many other people's parents have done the same. So please, I want us to be able to keep that going throughout the next generation.
Absolutely, absolutely. Friends, you've been listening to the voice of Miss Breon Robinson. She is one of the co-founders of the 337 Vote Project. And just like she said, if you want to connect with her or her organization, you can find them on all social platforms as 337 Vote Project. And tell us again how to spell the project part.
So on Instagram, our @ is 337 Vote Project, but it's PRJCT.
Okay.
Now on Facebook, it's spelled out the entire regular way, the 337 Vote Project. Okay. But on Instagram, you gotta fit in, get in where you fit in, because we have the names already out there.
Yeah. And so they'll have pictures up tomorrow from this event and everything else in between. So I want to continue to encourage everybody. Make sure that you do go out to this event, all right? And make sure you are a part of it. Again, you can register at Bike in Vote. That's BIKE, the letter N, VOTE.org, all right? Well, Ms. Breon, thank you so much for coming in today.
Thank you so much for having me, James.
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely. And friends, again, be sure to join them tomorrow starting at 11 a.m. That's the check-in time. The kickoff is at 12, and then, like I said, they will bike from 619 Ryan Street over to the courthouse, where they will go and early vote. Then after that, they will bike their way back to 619 Ryan Street, have a good time, celebrate a little bit, enjoy it in fellowship, and they want you to be a part of it. So y'all make sure you go out. Friends, you are tuned in to 93.5 KPPM. We are your community-minded station.